At 6:30 a.m. on December 1st, 1948, a man walking along Somerton Beach in Australia spotted something strange just beyond the tide line. At first, he thought it was just another drunk who had passed out on the sand. But as he got closer, he realized the man wasn't sleeping. He was dead. The scene was bizarre. This wasn't a drowning, a shooting, or anything obvious. The man had no visible injuries. His expensive suit was perfectly pressed, his polished shoes had no sand or dirt on them, and every single tag from his clothing had been cut out. Even stranger, there was nothing in his pockets. No wallet, no ID, not even a loose coin. The only clue? A tiny torn scrap of paper tucked inside a hidden pocket in his pants. On it were just two words: Tamam Shud. What followed was one of the most baffling mysteries in history. Investigators uncovered a coded message, mysterious phone calls, and even a suitcase linked to the man. But still, to this day, no one knows who he was, how he died, or why he carried that message. And the Tamam Shud mystery is just one of many cases that have driven internet detectives to madness, searching for answers that remain just out of reach. Today we're diving into the strangest cold cases that the internet is still trying to solve. Strap in. This is going to get weird. Case number 1. The Tamam Shud mystery. Let's go back to that morning on Somerton Beach, Australia. Police quickly realized they had a massive problem. They had no idea who this man was. They scoured missing persons reports. Nothing. Checked his fingerprints. No matches. They even contacted international agencies like the FBI and Scotland Yard. Still nothing. The autopsy didn't help much either. The coroner found something extremely strange. The man's organs were abnormally damaged as if he had been poisoned, but there were no traces of poison in his body. Then, a break. Investigators searched a train station nearby and found a brown suitcase that had been checked into storage. Inside, a few pieces of clothing with their tags also cut out, a strange thread not sold anywhere in Australia, and a mysterious book. It was a copy of a rare Persian poetry book called The Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. But here's where things take a turn into full-blown spy thriller territory. The last page of the book had been ripped out. The missing piece? It matched the Tamam Shud scrap found in the dead man's pocket. And if that wasn't weird enough, investigators noticed faint indentations on another page. A secret code. The internet has had a field day with this case. Was he a Cold War spy? A businessman with dangerous connections? Or just an ordinary man caught up in something far bigger than himself? To this day, his identity remains unknown. Case number 2, Lake City Quiet Pills. Now, let's jump to a case that didn't unfold in the real world, but on Reddit. In 2009, a user named Religion of Peace, a well-known but grumpy internet figure, posted regularly on Reddit. He had a crude sense of humor, constantly talked about being in the military, and frequently mentioned Lake City Quiet Pills. Then, suddenly, he died. Another user, 2-6, posted on his behalf, saying he had passed away. But that should have been the end of it, right? Except, people started digging. Someone found a website associated with Lake City Quiet Pills. The website looked blank, just a basic page. But when users checked the source code, they found something chilling. There were dozens of hidden messages. Some looked like military jargon. Others were job listings for high-paying international work, requiring former military experience. The listings included dates and locations that coincidentally lined up with real-life assassinations. The internet exploded with theories. Was Religion of Peace a contract killer recruiter? Was Lake City Quiet Pills a front for a mercenary group? Or was it all just an elaborate internet hoax? To this day, no one knows. Case number 3, the Isdal woman. Now, imagine you're hiking through a remote Norwegian valley in 1970. The last thing you expect to find is a partially burned, unidentified woman surrounded by bizarre clues. That's exactly what happened in the Isdalen Valley. The woman had multiple fake passports, disguises, and coded messages in her belongings. Her labels were removed from her clothing. Sound familiar? Just like the Tamam Shud case, she seemed to be someone who didn't want to be identified. Autopsy reports suggested she had ingested a large number of sleeping pills, but something didn't add up. Witnesses claimed they had seen her acting strangely in the days before her death, meeting with mysterious men, switching hotels frequently, and avoiding interactions. Even today, her identity remains completely unknown. The internet has changed how we approach mysteries. People on Reddit, YouTube, and other forums have actually helped solve cold cases before. But some, like the ones we covered today, remain just out of reach. So now, I turn it over to you. Which of these cases haunts you the most? Do you have a theory? Or do you know of an even stranger unsolved mystery? Let's discuss in the comments. And if you love these kinds of deep dives into the unexplained, make sure to subscribe to Truth Beyond the Surface, because there are a whole lot more mysteries to uncover. Maybe next time, we'll even solve one.